It's wild. I know. Yes, it's crazy. And he said it's like compared to other places, it's not. The other girls, no. I mean, like obviously, they probably have that listed as well.
Is it time?
It changed over the years. What is revolutionary is Asia coming up with new, interesting ways to monetize these relationships. They saw a gap in the market of lonely singles in your area and filled it with the hottest people and non-people you'll ever see. All we need is your name, ID, and the last 4 digits of your credit card.
That's
There's
right.
services that let you rent a boyfriend or girlfriend to scratch that relationship itch you've been having, where you can eat a meal and spend quality time together as couples do. After your allotted time is up, you just move on with your day as usual. No need to deal with all the drama of being in a relationship.
That's crazy, right? Like we're really going somewhere special, huh? That's so damn sad. Yeah. That's right.
Experience where you get to interact with many attractive hotties in one sitting. Check out these NPC theme parks. Asian guys who look like they came straight out of a video game are just strolling around, waiting for you to hit the A button so they can start their NPC dialogue with you.
Yep.
Well, now that I'm looking closer, not a whole lot of talking going on. Oh my god.
Civilian structure
That's right.
complete. Our forces have engaged the enemy.
This is what they do over there. What the fuck is this?
We remain skeptical.
Hey, good on these guys for being able to do this without laughing. Me as an NPC, a tired innkeeper or an old maiden type of wizard.
What's your name on the goblet of fire?
Okay, what if you hate outside, dealing with the hassle of commuting somewhere and interacting with...
This is weird, to be honest. Nah. See, what they're doing over there is what we're gonna do over here. We're gonna do this over here too. Yeah, people do this all the time.
Gross, real people.
What the fuck happened with humankind? The problem now is that basically this is where I think the problem came from. Is it's actually the internet. It's the internet and wealth disparity. So like back in the day, if you were a like kind of like a weirdo or a loser, you would kind of get thrown into social situations naturally over the course of your life, right? You go to church, you be around people. You go to school, you're around people. Nowadays, you got kids that are like, you know, homeschooled. They're not going to school anymore because of COVID. They're on the internet all day, like jerking off to like animals that aren't real. Talking to like AI girls and like OnlyFans, and it's actually a dude in India. And so like, I mean, this kid, and like they're 16.
May their deaths bring us peace.
Is 16 years old. I mean, bro, this kid's done.
Our future has become
Like, and it's so like,
we must
yeah,
keep
they're
our
real to
wits
me.
about
No,
us.
no, I'm telling you, like pencil drawings, yes. And it's a great time to be like, yeah. So this is really what happened. I think it's the internet that really dialed things up.
I know, those can be annoying.
All artists
Check
are
out-
furry.
remain
No, I said this
skeptical.
before.
That way
What do y'all think the
feels
odds are that Hitler
powerless.
would have been a furry?
Harmony research tier
These
complete.
AI husbandos and waifus, the perfect significant other, since they can be anything you want.
It's like
Cute,
10%?
funny,
Upgrade.
Yeah, I'd
available
say
to
10%,
talk to
something like
at
that,
any
right?
time
Yeah.
of the day. Plus, they don't smell
question.
or
I know.
have to go number 2.
Stand
Lucky.
by for
Babe,
Yeah.
first jump.
Chinese.
Harmony
Of course, little
research
kitten.
complete.
Let's start with something simple. For example, hello in Chinese is ni hao. Say it back to me.
I knew
babe.
that one.
你好.
Damn, that sounded perfect. You're a natural, babe. Now,
Is
A
anyone
colonizable planet has been discovered.
Video games, where the main appeal is a big roster of attractive characters, have gotten a big boost in popularity lately. Genshin Impact, the otome genre like
See, this is this game, bro. Like, oh man.
Love and Deep Space, raking in
Yeah.
the big bucks in double digits. I'm talking
Destiny
like 30
unfolds.
million USD in just 1 year. These
Oh,
sexy
and
custom
this game, I actually knew a girl that played this
Harmony
game
research
recently,
complete.
and she said it was actually kind of boring. Because I was curious what it was like. Now, I never
Speak
played
your
it myself.
Planet
Tectone
item
played
ready.
this? Of course he did. He probably beat the game already. But no. And so this had boring for girls? Yeah, she said it was boring.
Monsters of Pixels can already retire at 8 months old. Damn, what are these
Yeah.
people paying for? Must be really engaging with fun gameplay mechanics, maybe?
It's not.
The only thing
She
I
says
see
boring.
is
Commerce
great
upgrade
gowns,
complete.
beautiful gowns,
You shouldn't do that.
And last but not least, the most lucrative form of capitalizing on parasocial relationships is the live streaming industry. We've seen it time and time again.
That's right. No, that's why you get all these weirdos that are getting attached to these girls on the internet. It's really, it's impressive, honestly. It really is. It's impressive. People like to do that.
Who lock in for 8 hours, 7 days a week, that end up cultivating a super loyal fan base to support them, which eventually leads to some fans getting overly invested in their favorite streamer. So after normalizing these parasocial relationships fueled by capitalism, chat, as a society, are we cooked? Yeah, maybe, but not all the way. Medium rare at most. People are feeling lonelier.
I think it's probably better that the guys have like a parasocial, because like the thing is that right now we're in like a weird time period where you don't have AI that's good enough to where like you can fall in love with the AI and like just deal with that. And so you have to be stuck with a real girl, which causes a lot of problems, right? It's like sometimes you stalk them and then then you go to jail, or they get older and you don't like them anymore. And so that's bad. And then what else besides that? Oh, they get a boyfriend, and then so now you fucking hate them now. Yeah, it's bad. It's real bad. Sometimes, yeah.
And lonelier every year. Going out, meeting people naturally, and actually becoming friends with them is a lot easier said than done. On one side, it's cool seeing people find new ways to fulfill their social needs. Sure, these types of relationships aren't the norm, but if it's between two consenting people with healthy expectations,
I think that it will become more the norm, and it will become increasingly more unhealthy. I do. I think this is the future. The future is a bunch of people that are becoming emotionally attached to reassurance and attention from something that's fake. And the reason why I think it's happening is because, like, especially for guys. So back in the day, do you want to know why they all, like, you know, the Titanic is sinking? What do they say? Women and children first. You know why? It's because one dude can get 10 girls pregnant. So every guy doesn't have to reproduce.
Stand by for phase
but
jump.
Like for a woman, obviously it's a different dynamic because you can only pick one guy at a time.
Harmony research.
Readability, well that's the dynamics. Like you saw that crocodile, he got a whole lake full of hose. You think that's one crocodile? The whole lake is full of hose. There's only one of him. Think about that.
Planet item ready.
Aren't a replacement for real-life interactions, then we good.
Yeah, you want to see a harem anime? Go to the Animal Kingdom.
It's not good. As with all human experiences, there's a science behind it. Even with gifting money during a live stream, the live aspect makes it feel like this is a normal person within reach compared to an A-list celebrity behind 55 bodyguards and 55 PR people. It's all in real time, so there's a higher chance the streamer you're supporting will notice you. And if you consistently show up during their streams, you'll build that dopamine-inducing rapport with them. You'll give them the money, and they give you a thank you.
They say thanks.
Thank you so much for this.
God. Dude, Ninja used to be so funny. He used to be such a fucking piece of shit asshole, and I loved him. He was so good.
Oh my god, guys.
It also feels like you're in an exclusive little community full of people with the same interests as you, like a sports team or a D&D group that gets together every week. Except the activity is one person entertaining everyone. There is a slippery slope with this type of environment. It's a breeding ground for people who are chronically online, using these relationships to replace real ones.
I'll read like 4chan threads and shit about like me or about like other streamers. That shit is so funny. It is so funny. Like I'll even screenshot messages they type. I can't read any of them because like, you know, it would be like kind of exposing. But like people, they really have a lot of opinions about everybody. And source, and it's funny. Poll often makes threads about you. Yeah, I know that. I read them.
The fleet embraces
I know that.
new vessels.
The main concern is that because Asmon Gold, I have the word gold in my name, they think that I'm Jewish. And this has been a big point of contention for the past couple of years.
Very wise. Stand by for phase
I
jump.
swear to God. I
Mining
swear to God.
upgrade
This
complete.
is really what it
A
is.
colonizable planet
Yeah,
has
no,
been
I'm being real.
discovered.
And so is it true though?
You will be purged.
I'm German. No.
Our forces have engaged
It's
the
very
enemy.
not true. But it's just funny.
The
It's really
future
funny to
is
read it.
ours.
Situations where someone goes overboard with their affection towards
Yeah.
a one-sided friendship. Like that man who sold his baby for $16,000 to a couple looking to adopt
Civilian
and then blew
structure
all of that
complete.
money on tipping live streamers. He was arrested afterwards since this whole thing was very
We
illegal.
answer
He
the
traded
call.
in
I
his
mean, if you
To the
bust a
death.
nut and you get paid $16,000 for it, I feel like that's kind of winning. I mean, is this guy really a
The
loser or is he a
future
winner?
ours.
I feel like he's the only one that's coming out ahead. I mean,
Say
really,
no
like,
more.
damn, he didn't even have to, like, that's
Destiny
because he's a guy.
unfolds.
He sold a child? Oh, right. That's, yeah, because you're not supposed to do that. Okay, all right. Let's pretend like we give a fuck. Oh, wow.
Harmony
That's so
research
terrible.
tier
Oh, no.
complete.
Oh, God.
Another planet joins the
Oh,
Unity.
wow. The humanity.
Say no more. What's
child
on
like
your
a
Oh,
rare
you
mind?
shouldn't
Pokemon
do
card
that.
only to end up
Oh.
broke
Unity's
and in jail.
servant.
Just because you can have a kid doesn't mean you should have one. You can't even relax, even as a baby. You gotta lock in at all times.
To the death.
Lonely people are an easy target for these types of business
Planet
models,
item
where you have
ready.
someone keeping you company in exchange for money or your time. There is promise of a type of intimacy when you become a fan
That's
of
why I
an
don't take donations, by the way. Is because
Speak
you
your
take
mind.
donations, this is how losers get attached to you. And people think that they give you money, then they're going to get something out of it. Nah, bro, I don't do that. Like, I would just rather not have the money. Yeah, no, it's because I've seen this happen a lot. I used to take donations because, like, we got a lot of money. We got a lot of money from donations back in the day. But, yeah, it's just annoying. That's
the
it.
future is ours.
What about Wild Gold? I'll take that.
Say no more.
Yeah, that's fine. Are subs like that too? Yeah, I mean a little bit, right? But like that's why I don't really spend a lot of time like talking about it or giving a fuck, right? It's whatever.
Mining upgrade complete.
influencer you interact
Yeah.
with daily. Sometimes it's scary, seeing how easy
Stand
it is
by
to escape
for
from the
phase
sucky
jump.
parts of life just by using the internet. Kongto,
We
a
answer the
32-year-old
call.
fan,
Oh,
lives at home.
that there it is.
delay.
Yep.
Is it time?
He's cooked.
Harmony
He's done.
research tier
It's over.
complete.
It's already over for him.
I am
He's
the
done.
Unity's servant.
Home with his parents in
it
Miaolai,
time?
Taiwan.
Our
Having never
forces
kissed a
have
girl,
engaged
Kongto
the
feels more
enemy.
capable of expressing
on your
love to a
mind?
live streamer on the internet
she's
than
hot.
to a woman in real life. He
Yeah.
watches his favorite live
No,
streamer
it makes sense. I can relate.
Will cleanse your sins.
Harmony research complete.
Yeah, I can relate. Is 100 filtered?
Speak your mind.
No, she's real.
Last chance
No,
to
guys,
join
she's
the
real.
Unity.
Yutong in private, fearing his parents' reaction
The
if they learn
future
of his
is
habit.
ours.
Becoming a fanboy or a fangirl is a lot more accessible now since we all have computers
What's
and
on your
phones.
mind?
You can fall down a rabbit
Without
hole of a
delay.
random
And,
you
and,
never
and
heard.
you look like, I mean, if you go over
I am the
and you
Unity's
pull up
servant.
any of this, like just chat, there always are going to be like, you got to usually scroll down a bit. But
We
like, there
answer
are the
the
girls
call
that, you
Without
know,
delay. Is
like
it
this
time?
office worker,
Very wise.
man. Oh,
it
wow.
time?
Let me be your favorite girl
Destiny
gamer.
unfolds.
Uh-huh,
Last
for sure.
chance to join the Unity.
Nah,
Speak
there's a
your
lot of them.
mind.
Oh, happy day. Look at that. Then there's so many of these people that do this. Yeah.
Planet item ready.
You
There's
will
people with
be
less viewers
purged.
usually. No,
Commerce
the
upgrade
girls
complete.
that have less
Is it
viewers, so
time?
like you think about it.
Very wise.
How am I gonna say
Harmony
this?
research complete.
Let's say that you have the chance that you're playing. All right, you're playing Fortnite. You're gonna play Fortnite. Do you want to queue into a lobby of 100 people or 1,000 people to win the game?
Destiny unfolds.
100 people, right? Because it's like there's less people you got to fight with.
A colonizable
So you
planet
have
has
people
been
like all the
discovered.
time.
Another
1,000 seems fun.
planet joins the
No, it's
Unity.
not. Because what if you
Say
donate
no more.
$100, but there's 1,000 people in there, and so they don't know as much. Think about it.
Heard of before and come out the other end as a super fan in
Yeah.
a day. I subscribe to the mindset people can do whatever they want with their life as long as they're not hurting anyone.
They
Don't
can
matter
do whatever they want with their life, but that doesn't mean I can't make fun of them for being weird and stupid. Like, you're gonna do some weird ass shit. You're gonna tell me it's not weird. I'm gonna say, yeah, it is.
The future is ours.
Yeah, like that's it.
Destiny unfolds.
To me, I got my own
Say no
to worry
more.
about. There is, however, still a bit of a negative connotation when you hear someone say they're a fan
Mining
of watching live
upgrade
streams.
complete.
They sort of have a brand
Yeah.
image to uphold. Here, check out this live
This is
stream
lame.
launcher starter pack.
Wise.
Dark,
Yeah.
dingy basement,
Stand by
bed
for
rotting,
phase jump.
hasn't left room all day, minus 50 in social skills,
Fat.
not a
Say no
single
more.
drop
Fat.
of water was consumed
Stand
since
Fat.
by
yesterday.
for phase jump.
Dab me?
Fat.
I think what's
Colonizable
closer to
planet has
reality
been
is people
discovered.
watching live streams more casually, or they'll have it on in the background where they're not interacting with it 100% of the time. Kongto,
No, that's also that's how you get that parasocial shit built up, right? Because like at that point, like you're on that second monitor and it's like
Planet
they're your
item
friend
ready.
and you're listening to them. You want to know when I watch live streams? When I pull up my own VOD. That's when. I don't watch that shit. Straight up. Like I've never watched live
Primary
streams
research
ever.
complete.
Yeah,
We
my
answer
number
the
two.
call
Yeah, I don't.
as you
Like I
wish.
just
Let
the reason why, like, because the reason, except Asian, anyway. So, the reason why is that I just don't really spend a lot of time.
Commencing phase jump. The future is
I feel like a lot of
ours.
live streams are boring.
Destiny unfolds.
Our forces
Yeah,
have
they're just
engaged the
boring.
enemy.
Like, it's just like, I mean, I don't know what to say. It just
Speak
is.
your mind.
As one of many
Upgrade
bachelors
complete.
who watch live streams
Your
to combat
time has
loneliness.
come.
This is
Yeah.
especially
A
prevalent in
colonizable
Asian
planet
countries
has been
where many young
discovered.
men must leave their family
Do not
villages for
dare
work in city
resist.
factories. Without a
it
familiar face
time?
for miles around,
Your
they turn to
time
has
live
come.
streams
That's
to
their
make
new wife.
environment
Speak your
less
mind.
isolating.
That's
if this
right.
helps, then good. On the other hand, it's kind of like an illusion of socially connected.
See, hopefully when JD Vance runs for president and he wins, then we can have government mandated girlfriends.
With someone.
The
It
state
really
issue
depends on each
girlfriend.
person's situation and how reliant they are. Will they have a full-on breakdown if their favorite creator
Is it
gets
Or a
time?
sofa.
snapped away? Or will the world keep turning for them? At the same time, might
No
these live
bid.
streamers be using their
You
fans'
missed
loneliness to
out.
exploit them for profit? Well,
They absolutely
without
are.
delay.
Girls do this shit all the time. There's plenty of girls who are in relationships
am
that
the
don't say it
Unity
because it's bad.
servant.
People don't like them
Planet
as much.
item ready.
Like that's just how it. I mean, that's how it
To
is
the
in
death.
K-pop. That's how it is in all kinds of idol culture. Like, of course they do
To
that.
the death.
I mean, like, you think
the
about
death.
it. Do you want to make $5,000
upgrade
or
complete.
$15,000?
To the
Well, you
death.
want to make $15,000,
Without
right?
delay.
Because it's more money.
Is it time?
And so,
No
Japan's
mercy.
notorious for that.
Speak
I
your
mean, Japan
mind.
doesn't have a monopoly on being weird. Like we
Very
do that shit over
wise.
here. And like that's it, 50K. Yeah, a lot of these girls get a lot of money, so they don't want to say that they have a boyfriend because if you say that you have a boyfriend, that's gonna get the people that think that if they give you money, it's like this is a gotcha game, right? It's like
Is
a
it
hopefully they
time?
get like a hard pity where like you spend $1,000 and like then she'll DM you or something. And
Speak
so
your
like these guys will
mind.
try to do it and they'll try to make as much money as possible and like give these girls money so she'll talk to them. But if they know that she has a boyfriend, it's like, well, you're probably not going to even try to play. You're not going to give them any money at all. Y'all ever see a girl go through some breakup and then her donations go up? Yeah. Stop revealing takes and shit. No, I'm just saying, like, that's just the way it is.
sorta, kinda, possibly yes.
今天给大家讲一下怎么样走进土豪的世界。我相信每一个主
Just how
播
to
其实
get
都
rich
想
guys to give you
要
money.
多拉几个
Getting
土
rich
豪
guys to visit your
用户
live
吧
stream
然
rooms
后
more
提高
often.
自己的销售。
Yeah.
Although, it does take two to tango. No one's forcing you to give away all your life
Nah,
savings.
nah. These girls, like, they really get into this. It's actually crazy how much they get into this.
Just for a chance to be noticed, but it's also
Yeah.
scummy to zero in on emotionally vulnerable people. It's like this giant spectrum. There's a lot of online personalities with super fans who
your
support them.
mind.
If
and
you are a girl and you're on the internet,
Primary
you're
research
manipulating men.
complete.
That's just
Shields
it. That's
down.
just how, that's the way it
Another
is.
planet joins the Unity.
If you are a girl and you're streaming, you
Very
are doing a
wise.
GFE
Death
whether
will
you want to
cleanse
or
your
not.
sins. Last
And the
chance
reason
to
for
join
that
the Unity.
is because there's a lot of weird, fucked up, dumb guys out there that are into that. And they're going to watch it. You can tell them it's not. And they'll say, yeah, but she doesn't mean me. Because they're stupid. That's it. gonna get clipped out of
A
context.
colonizable planet has
There's
been
no
discovered.
context to be added. It's just a fact.
All right.
People might not like it's a fact, but people. There's a lot of times people tell me I'm an asshole, but there's very few times people say I'm wrong.
Is it time?
GFE is girlfriend experience.
Speak your mind. Say no more.
Healthy way with boundaries. The creator isn't your BFF,
upgrade
and your fans
complete.
are also not your BFF.
Yeah.
I'd say most of these relationships fall somewhere in the middle, and it should stay that way because the extreme side gets dicey. In recent news, a man in China took things too far when he became obsessed with a streamer. And not in the fun Mariah Carey song type of way. Mr. Hong, a simple fellow who ate plain steam buns every day so he could save up money, not for bills or on a down payment on a house, but to send to his favorite streamer in the form of gifts.
Trading
and tips,
connection
which
lost.
ended up costing him around 100,000 USD. Okay,
That's right.
Choices were made.
That's right.
Funds were eaten. Money was spent. We
Yep.
can feel bad for him, but ultimately it's his responsibility to budget his finances. I think we overspent a little bit here. How about we?
I don't ever blame it on the girls.
Harmony
I think
research
that if you
complete.
get preyed on by a girl like this, you an idiot.
Trading
You an
connection
idiot. It's the same as
re-established.
people that get addicted to gambling, you an idiot. You know the slot machine's programmed against you, you dumb.
Speak your
Like,
mind.
now, obviously, that doesn't mean, like, the girls aren't bad or slots aren't bad or something. But it's like, I don't really have, like, I don't have sympathy,
A colonizable
right? Like, I can say, like,
planet
this is a
has
bad
been discovered.
situation and, like, this sucks for you. But, like, you did, it's like whenever I see, you know, there'll be, like, a chicken walking around and there'll be a crocodile with its mouth open. The chicken goes in the mouth, crocodile fucking immediately
Harmony
gets that
research
chicken. You never
complete.
see that chicken again.
future
Now,
is
it's sad
ours.
for the chicken. It's sad. That chicken is dead. But
Destiny unfolds.
that's a stupid fucking chicken. He should not have been there. I don't really feel bad for the chicken because that's just what he's dumb. Yeah. So women are crocodiles, is what I'm saying.
Back on the buns. At least he wasn't blindly donating. He did have an end goal. Mr. Hong wanted to hear his favorite streamer call him brother.
Uh-oh.
Hell yeah, brother. Streams will usually have a ranking metric that shows the amount people have donated,
Oh,
with
yeah.
the highest gifters at the very top.
They do.
If you're the big dog who's spent the most money, there's more weight to what you have to say. These are referred to as big brothers in China, and the streamer will usually prioritize keeping these rich fans
colonizable
around by
planet
giving
has
them
been
more attention.
discovered.
And when you
Of
think
course.
about it,
The
the one with the
future
most
is
power
ours.
isn't the streamer themselves, but the person with the most
Hostility
money.
research
All
to
communities
That's
will
right.
have some sort of hierarchy, even within fandoms. The older brother term in Asia doesn't always mean someone who's
Logistics
blood
upgrade
related.
complete.
None of that weird King Charles II with the loose jaw stuff going on here.
Nope.
It's like when a girl calls an older guy oppa in Korean or oni-chan
Stand
in
by
Japanese.
for phase
These could be
jump.
terms of endearment you say to a
Exotics have
close
been
friend
unveiled
or
by
to
our
someone you're
scholars.
familiar with who's older than you.
Exotics have
Even
been
in
Really?
casual
unveiled
settings
by our
around strangers.
scholars.
Social hierarchy is
Exotics
really
have been
important in
unveiled
Asian
by our
countries because it
scholars.
shows respect. Mr. Hong
Speak
just
your
wanted a
mind.
really expensive Big Brother
Civilian
shout
structure
out,
complete.
which he probably could have gotten on sale somewhere else. So when 100,000 USD wasn't enough to get Mr. Hong his brother title, he started to steal
Civilian
copper
structure
materials from
complete.
his family's business to sell for extra cash. It got to the point where he
Bro, this guy's playing Rust. He's taking his shit to the recycling station. You're stealing copper? What does this guy think he is? Like Thomas fucking Edison? Like what,
Exotics have
what
been
do you mean?
unveiled by our scholars.
Stealing
Harmony
copper?
research complete.
Who does this? What's going
stole over
on?
300,000 USD and sent every last penny to the
Stand
streamer,
by
which
for
was
Yeah.
basically his family's life
Done and
savings.
dusted.
Looking into this gave me a
Civilian
jump
structure
scare at how
complete.
common these cases are.
Hostility
Although
research
there are a lot of
complete.
people who do have the extra money to spend.
也是心理寂寞吧，然后就需要一个精神的寄托。
A colonizable planet
这
has
一
been
般是
discovered.
一言不合先刷礼物，进来
He comes and
进来
works in the live.
什么也没跟你说，就觉得他其实
Dude, there it is.
Planet item ready.
Oh man, there it is, huh? Man, how about that? That's me? Oh, is it?
什么也没跟你说，就觉得他其实可能在房间里待了很久。
现在我还差6万17级，我现在这个号是48
Yeah.
万。
East Asia has come so far technology-wise, but they have some of the loneliest people living there. A lot of factors come into play. The super high pressure to do well in school.
Well, we
toxic-
have that here. It's just usually when, do I make a school shooting joke? I don't need to. You guys, we all know where I'm going with that. Yeah, we have that too.
A work environment that sucks up all your free time, it's getting a lot harder to meet people. And all these new inventions make it that much easier to become a hermit on a whim. Don't feel like you belong in any part of society. Isolate yourself at home and be completely fine. Not mentally, of course, but for basic needs. You got a roof over your head, all your meals can be delivered, plus
See, I'm the opposite. The more I'm around other people, the more crazy I feel. The more I'm by myself, the more normal I feel. I remember,
The future is ours.
like anytime I used to take a break from streaming, I would take a break from people. People would call me and I would say, okay. And I would never pick up, I'd never listen, I wouldn't talk to anybody. And I would come back and everything in my life would be fine. Everything would be fucking fine. That's it. And it's the social stress, bro. I am not a social person, I'll tell you that. Like, the reason why is because I'm crazy. And I have to spend a lot of time making sure you're normal. Yeah, so the thing about that is, it's not really true. You know? Socialize people, yeah, because I have to like recharge. It's not you who's crazy, everybody else is. I think that I am the normal one and everybody else is crazy. I believe that as well. But a lot of people think that's not true.
A colonizable planet has
entertainment
been
and social needs can be met through a screen. I know some of you are probably thinking, this is my ideal day off, which is okay to do once in a while, but not for long periods of time. The traditional route of school, good job, marry, child, buy car, house, then die.
You don't buy a house.
Is becoming less of a reality for most. It also seems like people are realizing, you know what, maybe this isn't the path for me. Even though there's still a bunch of societal pressure, it's a tad more acceptable nowadays to find a different way to live your life.
It's not that it's more acceptable, it's that there's so many people that are around that are doing it, that there's a culture around enabling it.
Me stress?
I would say.
We all stress.
You know how stressful it is to try and maintain all your relationships nowadays? It's becoming more enticing to just pay someone for social interactions, rather than going out and finding
What if you pay someone to not have social interactions?
Very wise.
It's like, okay, what do you want? All right, you want that? All right, but you give me the fuck alone. Yeah, what about the opposite?
Naturally. You know, as they say, money can't buy happiness, but it can sure solve a lot of your problems. Host clubs in Japan are really popular spots that cater to a female clientele, where women will pay a kind of men to keep them company for the night while drinking. And nothing really happens inside the club other than just chatting. It's mainly the attention and companionship people are seeking without all the baggage.
Could you tell us, what does a host do?
例えば女性だったりのお酒を飲む
Damn.
楽しませることだったり、あとやっぱりちょっと寂しい
The host club? Yeah, no, this shit's really popular.
異性とこう飲みたいなっていう
So basically what happened was that there was this story where this guy who was like a super simp was donating this girl that was lying about who she was. He was donating her a bunch of money. And then the girl was then taking the money that she got from guys simping from her for her, and she was going to these host clubs and then giving it to the guys that are at the host clubs. So it's like a fucking human centipede of being a fucking loser.
And if you're not into the bar scene, a man in Japan made a living advertising himself as someone you can hire to just stand there and do nothing.
The do nothing guy. It's a rental service? Damn, I've been doing that for free. You telling me I can get paid? While I get an offer, I will simply be there.
The future is ours.
Yeah, and do nothing other than give simple answers. That's nuts.
Say no more.
It's a good idea. Many clients want me to accompany them to certain places. They find hard to go alone. Damn. This is gonna happen more here too. You gotta remember, these are the people that hide in the bathtub when somebody rings the doorbell.
Hostility research complete.
The DoorDash driver didn't read the instructions, and so they rang the doorbell instead of just leaving the food at the door. Well, now you're in the bathtub crying. Just how it is. Yeah, it's an NPC.
His clients like having his presence around when they feel like going out but don't want to deal with bothering a friend or feeling the pressure to socialize. And if you need to talk about your problems, he's a great
I used to
friend.
be like that whenever I was younger, where like I would feel uncomfortable going out and eating by myself. And I don't know what happened. I think I started balding. But like, or maybe I turned 30. It was before I turned 30 though. Like now I can go to a restaurant and I can just eat there by myself.
Commerce upgrade complete.
And
Harmony
I'm
research
happy.
complete.
I don't even think about it.
Say no more.
But like when I was
Death
younger,
will
that would
cleanse
bother
your
me. Were
sins.
y'all, were any of y'all
Our
the same, or is
forces
it
have
just me?
engaged the enemy.
Because I feel like for a lot of people, it's probably the same thing. Yeah. Can you go to a movie yourself? Why would I go to a fucking? Why would I go to a fucking movie? No, I'm not gonna go to a movie. Do you know what torrenting is?
Another planet.
This
joins
is
the
basically
Unity.
consensual trauma dumping. Anyone ever feel
Yeah.
this? There have been times when I found it was easier to tell a stranger I'll never see again
Harmony
something
research
kind of
complete.
personal compared to a friend. They don't even have to say anything. If you
Yeah.
cosplay as a wall with
Hostility
ears
research
and eyes,
complete.
that's good enough for me. An introvert's ideal
Exotics
friend.
have been unveiled
Wall.
by our
I always make
scholars.
Sims references,
Scryer
but this
visions
is
have
literally
revealed
having
an
someone's
unexpected
presence fill up
bonus.
your social media for the
Is it
week.
time?
You know, we don't all have to follow the
Destiny
same path.
unfolds.
If you want to spend your money
Very
shaving those
wise.
hot guys in space with no facial hair,
Yeah.
then more power to you. From an outside perspective, it's easy to look at these people and feel bad for them. But paying for companionship
Stand
is
by
really a
for
case-by-case
face jump.
basis. There are healthy ways.
Yeah, there are cases
Mining
where
upgrade
somebody is a
complete.
loser, and then there's other cases where they're a simp. It really depends.
To include parasocial relationships into your life so it ends up in a net positive. I invested a lot of my time and money into content creators, artists, and K-pop idols who don't even know I exist. And I'm totally fine with that because they're
minds
providing me with
awaken.
entertainment and comforting background noise. What helps me from becoming too chronically online is
Yeah.
making sure I get up and go outside at some point. The perfect ratio is one real-life interaction for every 5 attractive
Hostility
game
research
character or
complete.
online interactions.
This your exclusive.
Let's see, do I have that? I probably have the opposite. I have to have 5 human interactions for every game interaction. It's awful. It was, yeah, like, this nuts.
Planet item
20 to
ready.
1. Yeah, people
Logistics
messaging me
upgrade
all the time,
complete.
bro. Like calling me up, looking at what's going on. You counting React though? No.
Nervous.
That sounds sus, since I made it up. Just go outside and talk to human, okay?
No.
But before you do that, don't forget to give this video a like if you enjoyed yourself
Do
here.
not do
That's
that,
one
guys.
more food for the YouTube
Don't be
algorithm
misled.
and one more engagement for me. Have a good day, try not to be dumb, and see you in the next one.
You're popular. I've always, it's kind of weird. People might not really expect this, but like growing up, I always had a lot of friends. I was never a kind of guy that had trouble making friends or fitting in.
Harmony research complete.
Yeah, I mean, I've like,
Hostility
I mean, because
research complete.
no, I mean, you can go
Stand
back.
by
I even
for
have
face
videos
jump.
of me as like in high school and like as a kid on YouTube and shit. I never had problems, anything like that. So what happened? Nothing. I remember after I graduated high school, I told my mom, I said, I don't want to talk to anyone for a whole year.
Commerce upgrade complete.
I spent fucking 12 years of this shit. I don't want anybody coming over. I don't want anybody trying to talk to me. I'm just going to sit in my house for a year. And then maybe after that, I'll talk to people again. And she says, okay. And that was it. And yes. And was that when you wanted to be a terrorist when you were in school? No, that was the year before September
Civilian
11th.
structure complete.
everybody said our teacher, I don't know why he did this, but he's our 5th grade teacher. He thought it'd be funny for us to like write down what we thought what we would do if we were a criminal. And I put terrorists because I thought that would be exciting, right? Because I saw these guys driving around with like fucking Toyotas and like machine guns. I'm like, this is cool, right? And so like, yeah, I was like, okay, this is badass. And like, I like fireworks. I mean, they blow stuff up. I mean, I'm 10 years old. What the fuck do I know, right? And so anyway, then the next year that I had, you know, it was like, that was the year 2000 and 2001. It wasn't as funny anymore. I changed my name.
Hostility research complete.
To myself, as a
Civilian
consumer,
structure complete.
what motivation, if it weren't for these reviews, what motivation do I even have to go to these places? And I'll tell you what, there's none. There's no motivation. Why waste my money for some slop that might even make me sick? Or that I'm probably just going to be disgusted with.
Whenever you have places that are like, you know, here we've got like Bill Miller's. You know, Bill Miller's is like kind of the closest thing you can get to like barbecue that's fast food. And it's pretty fucking good. And there's like a lot of these other restaurants that have like a drive-through or they have, you know, takeout that you can get and it's $15 instead of $11, right? Or it's $19 instead of $15. So it's pretty close to the price. And at a certain point, whenever fast food's prices get so high, they become, they are now competing in another price range with those better restaurants. Bill Miller's is still family owned. Yeah, I know that. I'm just saying, like, in general.
It's gonna look like nothing like the ad. Why even waste the money? What's even the point? In my opinion, there is none. And, surely I can't be the only person that feels that way.
Is it time?
So, what do you notice? Do you notice the same thing? If so, how bad has it been? How drastic has the decline been? Have fun with us. Take these sorts of questions any way you want. But I am looking for perspective, desperately. I'm just curious how it...
You want to know another place that's really improved their quality is McDonald's. Like, in terms of service, how many of you guys have the McDonald's now where, like, there's 2 drive-through lanes?
Your time has come.
Do y'all have that?
Your time
So, like, this is what... Nah. Take a look real quick. So, like, I go to McDonald's about 5 times a week. And so you've got the McDonald's right here. And then you've got, this is the window 1 and window 2. And then this is where they take your money, and this is where they give you your food. And so, like, McDonald's is actually process engineered. Like, the way that they deal with consumer traffic is actually fucking insane. Like, the people that are running and making decisions with McDonald's are fucking geniuses. And I'm not even kidding you. And this is like, so you go through here and you either order your food and you can order your food here, right? Or you can order your food here. And based off of which one is available, you can go there. And I have had like 7 cars in front of me at McDonald's and I've gotten my food within 10 minutes. Like, McDonald's has like their process engineering for like getting their food out. It is so fucking good. It is insanely good. It puts everybody else in the fucking dirt. Chick-fil-A's faster, not ours. But I know that some of them have it like that too. Chick-fil-A's, yeah, I know Chick-fil-A does that too, right? Like, the efficiency with McDonald's is next fucking level, right? And, like, that's all I'm saying. Chick-fil-A's been doing this for years. Yeah, it's smart.
How expansive this is.
Very wise.
How widespread this is. If it's as bad as I think it is.
Civilian structure complete.
If you dissent, though,
the future
because,
is ours.
Granted, hey, maybe it's just me. I am willing to accept that.
You will be purged.
If you think that, no, there really isn't any sort of change, if you think, no, I'm just not really noticing anything, or if you actually want to take a contrarian point of view, and you want to say, actually, I think fast food has been improving in the last few years.
Nah, bro, because I tell you, like, back in the day, my mom and I used to get Cokes at McDonald's every fucking night, basically, right? Because the drinks were $1. And so we would be there sometimes, I'm not even kidding you, like my car, this is how often we would go there. My first car died in a McDonald's drive-thru.
You will be purged.
That's right.
Destiny
at 2 in the morning.
Unfolds.
It
Last
died.
chance to join the unity.
I spent so much time in McDonald's drive-thrus back in the day, and now, like, you ever go drive by a fast food restaurant and you look at the line and you decide if you're gonna pull in and go? Y'all ever do that? I never make that decision with McDonald's anymore because I know that I'll get my food quickly.
View, bro, I don't really know what you're smoking, but I think it's actually getting better and better. I welcome any dissenting opinions as well. Like I said, I'm looking for perspective, not just some sort of one-sided viewpoint. I really just want to hear it all. So if you see things differently, you are more than welcome to share your thoughts, and that would be much appreciated. Now, here's where I'm getting with all of this. I mentioned that this is going to be the start of a video series. At the very least, it's going to be 2 videos, but again, I could easily... I'm going to make this however long it is. If it winds up being 3 videos, or 5, or 10, if I decide to make 20 videos about this where I cover a different point in each video, I'm going to do it at this point. I really don't care. I'm just going to go for it. But at the very least, it's going to be 2 videos. Time to go. And in an upcoming video, and there's going to be some time here, so don't feel like you have to rush typing anything out. If you want to take even a couple days to just collect your thoughts or whatever, I mean, you could do that. In an upcoming video, though, I'm going to outline some of the feedback that comes in for this video in the comments section, and I'm going to share as much of it as I can and try to discuss some interesting points and observations that, again, were left in the comment section of this video. It's going to be like an open forum. Again, all viewpoints, both in agreement and disagreement, are welcome, and I will focus again, on all sides, all viewpoints. And it's a platform for discussion, and that's exactly what it's going to be. Give me a target. So, you are welcome again to leave any feedback, any observations you have. Where do you think the state of fast food lays at this point, right? What do you think's going on with it? Is it getting worse? If so, what are you noticing? How bad do you think it's going to get? What's the future going to be? Or do you think it's not getting bad at all, and I don't know, am I just being too harsh? What do you think? Please leave a comment. Take it any way you want. Any observations you have, any chain, any location, just go for it. Again, the more thoughts and the more perspective, the better. And I'm going to be making another video in the near future. Again, you got some time, but in the near future, I'll be making one where I will focus on some of the feedback that comes in the comments section. I'll put them up on the screen here so we could all see it. And we're going to go over some of the responses that come in and try to establish a consensus, if there is one, that is. And if there isn't, then we're going to figure that out too. So, that's all that I have for you today. Hope you could leave a comment with whatever observations you notice. I think this is going to be interesting. I'm curious if it's just me or if there's something else going on here. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I'm your host, the Report of the Week.
So let me link y'all the video. That was a great video. That was a tremendous video. This is something that's needed to be said for a while. So why fast food has gone to shit? Okay, it hasn't. It depends on the region. And realistically, the socio... How do you spell that?
Mining upgrade complete.
Socio, yeah, there we go. Economic, socioeconomic status of the residents that are in that area. So I think this is a very big factor to bring up. And here's the reason why. There are plenty of rich places full of rich people, and they get you your food, and it's no problem. I'll link y'all the video again. This is a great video. Make sure to give it a like, give them a sub. He does a lot of fast food reviews. I've watched these videos for like 10 fucking years. Probably not that long, about 5. I'd say maybe longer, maybe less, somewhere around there. So that's number 1. Number 2, COVID lowered expectations.
Civilian structure complete.
After following COVID, expectations remained
Vengeance is a
low.
cruel mistress.
So that's another reason right there.
Speak your mind.
No one wants to work there. Stagnant wages. Bad employees.
Civilian structure complete.
Flippy will be our salvation. So this is another big factor here, is that nobody wants to work at Burger King. And whenever I say nobody, there are people that want to work at Burger King. They love working at Burger King, and it makes them happy, and it's fulfilling. And those people are called angels. But the majority of people don't want to work at Burger King. And the truth is that whenever that happens, well, you have people that don't do a good job. And also, there's another factor, employee.
The unity wills. What's on your mind? We maintain our vigil.
Employee satisfaction and treatment is bad. A lot of people don't want to work there. They don't give a shit about it. Funny way of saying felons? Well, no. I mean, I don't care if somebody's a felon. If they want to make me a hamburger, and you know, I'm all for it.
The unity will
so, do you think management has a big impact? I think that it does to an extent, sure. Also, min-maxing.
Speak your mind.
Food portions.
Shields down.
Taco Bell. This is so bad. They are literally getting sued for it. So what this means is that, like, you know, you see the advertisement and it's like, wow, this looks really good, and then you get it and it's like a tortilla with like 3 bits of like ground beef in the middle, right? And the ground beef came from 3 days ago. So that's a big problem, right? They also compete with gig jobs, which give you full control over your schedule. Yeah, that's why employees have that. That's like just it's a meta thing, right?
Our forces have engaged
the other night, my tacos weren't even 10% filled. Yeah, exactly. And consistency. And I think that the biggest thing, by the way, guys, is this right here.
Is it time?
It is that if you go to a fast food restaurant in a poor area, you are going to get garbage. And if you go to a fast food restaurant in a upper middle class or upper class area, you will not get garbage. So yeah, I think there's a lot of reasons, man. Service and food is all-time low. I've been cleaned all day. Yeah, it's because also people get overworked. Nobody wants to work there. I think these are the real reasons why fast food has gone to shit. What do y'all think? Y'all agree with these? Y'all agree with this or what? Yeah, that's where I'm at. That's what I think. Pretty spot on. That's it. Yeah, that's what it'd be. They change it from dollar towards value. Yeah, bro, like that dollar menu to value menu shit. Like, you think we didn't notice that? Like, get the fuck out of here. You're trying to fool me with that shit. God, bro, I saw that, what was it? Somebody gonna make a video about this. I was gonna look at this. The insurance companies don't tell you. Yeah, speaking of Luigi, this video came out recently. Very convenient timing.
A high-level character in the company was bragging about, regardless of whether America stays a democracy or not, the insurance companies, specifically theirs, had a plan to continue to extract money from people. They're like a parasite that spreads.
Yeah, I think insurance companies are parasites as well. I don't think they need to exist. They're basically a, like, I think that insurance companies are probably the main reason why we don't have single-payer healthcare. Because, like, it's in their best interest for that not to happen. There's a lot of money. All insurance is a scam. it's hard to say about that, but I'd say with health insurance, it definitely is.
That can't quit.
It's a middleman parasite? Yeah, it is.
The top brass was making absolute moolah.
Yeah.
They would want for nothing.
Yep.
Their great-grandchildren would want for nothing,
Yep.
even if they quit tomorrow.
Big money.
And the eye was on always expanding the company.
Yep.
There's no such thing as having enough. Even in a drastic scenario where for some reason our country just completely crumples in on itself, they're still going to be coming after you.
I'll make it so.
Hostility research.
That's why I've always said, with any of this stuff, always lie. Anything that you can get away with, that you can tell them and get them to get, always do it. Do it every time. ABC.
I work for
Your
one
time has
of
come.
America's
Is it
largest
time?
subrogation law firms. When your insurance covers a cost for you, they can make somebody else responsible for repaying that amount.
Well, that's the way it is. I mean, that's literally that's the business model. Yeah, obviously.
This is where insurance subrogation comes in. My job was to call people and harass them for money.
I probably had this guy call me.
Your time has come.
At best and harass you at worst.
Yeah.
Many times I sat at my desk thinking, I am literally just a debt collector.
Yeah.
The future is
Collectors were treating the people that they were calling
Your time has come.
something to extract from not seeing them as other humans.
And so what you have to do when they do that is you have to do the same thing. Like, so basically, like we would get calls a lot from people trying to get money, especially from my mom. And we would have a lot of different strategies of how we would deal with them. But every strategy had one common variable, which was we would never pay them. And so, like, sometimes we would call, and they would call, and I would tell them that my name was Count Chocula. Other times, I would tell them, I'll be right back, I'm going to get you my credit card, and then I would just leave the phone on. And then other times, I would tell them that if they call back tomorrow on another phone, that I would give them the money, and then I never would. And I would basically just string them along and harass them as much as I possibly could. Because a lot of the third-party debt collection companies, this is what I learned, is that a lot of them, when a company sells your debt, they also sell a certain level of liability that you no longer have. So, like, there are certain tools that, like, a company can exercise over you if they're the prime holder of the debt versus if the debt was sold to a secondary company. So, like, as soon as we would get a call from, like, you know, like, fucking, you know, Davis Credit, we would know that we're good. We're good. Wow, we got away with, we got him, bro. It's like, that's like a free $480, right? Doesn't that affect your credit, though? No, it does, but then you have to get different cards, and then you pay off the cards with other cards. Because, like, so this is what my mom would do. So she'd have, like, 5 credit cards, right? And so she would pay off one credit card with another credit card, and that way she can just keep them on the hook. And like, I mean, as I said, like, she was racking up. I mean, I'm telling you guys, like, I had a brand new computer.
Very wise.
She didn't have a job. I had a brand new motherfucking computer, man. Terrible way to live? No, I disagree. Because at the end of the day, this is the way I do it, is that credit's a fucking plague.
Is it time?
If you can do it, people will do it. Now, it's a bad thing to do, and you shouldn't do it in a good society. But from my viewpoint, is if somebody else isn't playing by a moral guideline, why should I? Why should I?
Our future has become
And so
uncertain.
if I can get away with it, and I know that I can't go to jail for it, then I'll do it. It's a social contract, exactly. And so I'm not saying that you should, didn't they go after you? No, just don't answer the phone. Because like at a certain point, every single phone call that they make to you is a line item on a balance sheet, right? Because that's like an itemized 15-minute block that's accounted for. So that has to be defined and made up for with money. So what you do is you figure out a way, and it's also traceable, exactly, yeah. And so you never,
we remain skeptical.
you always drag it out.
We
Your line of
must keep
thinking
our
is why
wits about
society is
us.
mostly corrupted.
That way
This is the way I look at it, is that
we must keep our wits about us.
Fuck them. Fuck them. Like if I can get the money from them, and I can get them to give me money, and then I don't have to give them the money back, well then I just got money. And so if I want money, then the best way for me to do that would be to get the money from somebody else without having to do anything, and then they can't get the money back, then I have the money. Right? That's like that. Because like I look at it as like, how can I get the money? That's the goal. The goal isn't earning the money, it's getting the money. And so how can I get their money and put it in my pocket without going to jail? Isn't that stealing? It's not. And that's the legal, that's the funny thing, is that it's not stealing. You sure it works like that? I'm not sure it works like that. I am $100,000 plus sure that it works like that. Absolutely. Yes. It's just unethical? Oh, it is. It absolutely is unethical. 100%. Yeah, even Trump did that to the bank. Yeah, you agreed to the contract for services, right? Oh, yeah, yeah. But the thing is that it's not worth it for them to go after you because it costs them too much money and time.
Our armor is breached!
So, like, and that's why you take out a bunch of smaller loans and you pay them off with each other, right? And so that way it's never financially beneficial for them to make the money back, because they'll never pursue a long-term lawsuit if they're not going to recoup that money.
Destiny unfolds.
You see what I'm saying? So like it's what we did this for like over 10 years. 10 years.
Say no more.
They'll knock at your door. Just don't answer the door. Every time they knock at your door, they spend money. Because this company, like the debt companies, have to make money. Like they have rent that's due. So if at a certain point, there is like a probability actuarial chart that they use, that they have like 5 different matrices that they have programmed against each other, so they can look and go after the people that are the highest probability to pay back the debt. So all you have to do is make sure that you make it to where they think that they will never get the money out. I thought this damn high video. Yeah, yeah. That shit happens, right? But only poor people with nothing can get away with it? Exactly, yeah. Because there are other laws, and so okay, there's a lot more to it, but yes, toxic. I don't view it as being toxic because well, basically I don't really like them, and so like if I could get their money and then it be my money, then that's a good thing for me, right?
Hostility research complete.
It's like if I was a lion, that's what I would do. If I was a buffalo, I would do this. So every animal does this, but somehow when I do it, it's wrong.
Made a fine purchase. No refunds.
So, a lot of abuse, verbal abuse, of course. Not having any kind of empathy for anybody's lifestyles or situations.
Never try to make them feel sorry for you. They don't care. They'll never care.
We had a system of notes that would show
the best way for you to do it is to kick the can down the road and tell them like that you'll pay back in like a certain period of time, because at a certain point they will just run out of time. Lions didn't agree to a TOS. Yeah, but what's a terms of service and a contract doesn't mean anything. A contract is just a sheet of fucking paper. So unless they can enforce the contract, it doesn't matter. A contract is only as valuable as your enforcement is. Contracts aren't real. The enforcement is what's real.
We await your command.
Discussed with the claimant previously. So there was this lady that had a lot of notes in it, like she's lying, she keeps giving a sob story. I spoke with this lady and was giving her the general spiel.
Right.
And she cut me off and she said, I don't know why you guys keep calling me. I'm telling you, I'm in hospice. I'm dying. Like, I am in my sister's living room, in a medical bed. I am dying. her sister got on and just, you know, screaming like, just please
Yeah, and
leave
they
her.
could have been lying. The girl and her sister could have been lying. It's because like you have to think about, you have to role reversal this. They're the predator.
Our will is
You become the predator.
At last.
You prey on them. Think about what they want and then use that against them. See, because if you're in this situation, you're either the predator or the prey.
Your presence.
You're either fucking them or they're fucking you. And which one do you want to be?
We await your command.
That's it.
Alone.
Vengeance shall be
I didn't know what to do with myself because
Research complete.
what do you say to somebody like that?
Yeah.
It was probably one of the lowest points of my life.
You get fucked to deck aggregated? No, you can't, because then what they do, so what they'll do after that is this is how they try to fuck you, right? Is they'll try to write that debt off as profit to you, income to you, to the IRS. That's the one thing that they can do that can kind of fuck you.
We must act.
But then you can save the money and then just pay that out. Yeah, 1099-C? I think so, yeah, I
would see frequently people were bringing in like $30,000 a week. There's hundreds of people working for this company. There was a lady that worked there for 16 years.
I mean, you can't get mad at the debt collectors though, right? I mean, I can't get mad at them. It's just, it's a matter of, it's like I was saying, right? Like a lion isn't evil because it kills a gazelle. And a gazelle isn't evil because it runs away and it makes the lion starve to death. It's just nature, right? And so, like, if they're not wrong, it's just that at the end of the day, like, either you're gonna come out ahead or they will, and it's better that you do than them. Now, you can be mad at debt collectors; they're trying to do it.
Control group created.
I mean, not really. I mean, you took out the debt. I mean, I don't agree with that.
Unleash our
I don't. I mean, you took out the debt. Of course they're going to be mad you don't pay them back. Like, duh. Like, if somebody says, I'm going to give me $1,000, I'll pay you back, and then they do that, and then they don't give you that, would you be mad? Yeah, I'd be fucking mad. Duh.
Fine purchase.
Absolutely. It's easy to understand why they'd be mad.
Thousands, tens of thousands of dollars were being brought in just by this one woman. We are incentivized to take the most amount of money from these people as possible without letting them know. We had full reign on adjusting what they would actually have to pay.
Yeah, this is another thing, is that it's the Sam Hyde technique, right? Ah, jeez, dude. Can you do $6? Yeah, geez, I can give you $6 right now. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, no, that's the thing, and it works. Insurance isn't evil. There's personal responsibility for taking out the loans. There's a separate issue of companies and banks letting these people take the loans in the first place.
Your suffering begins now.
I mean, you should never live your life according to the way that you think the world should be. And I think that you can, if you can afford it, right? Like, I view morals as a luxury. I think that if you want to be moral and you want to do things the right way, that's fine. But, like, a lot of people can't afford that. And so, like, what I'm saying is that if you can't afford that, there's a lot of ways that you can take advantage of this. And, like, what they're saying is actually true, because a lot of times companies write off debt in their taxes. They write it off as like a loss. It's like, look, I mean, how the fuck do you think people like Donald Trump get away with not paying taxes? It's carryover loss. This isn't the exact same thing, but there's a million rules like this.
Control group created.
We are severely crippled.
If they settled, we're paid on commission through a fee structure. So if they are making good faith payments, say $250 every 2 weeks or $250 a month, we would get 15 to 20% of that as a fee.
Yeah, of course.
If we were to settle a lower amount for them, we would get less in fees, and fees are what our commission is based on.
Right.
The system was set up that if we showed any kind of humanity to these people, we were screwing ourselves over, and I can't tell you how many times I got in trouble for just trying to be a decent person.
Yeah, that you can't do that. That's a mistake.
we are supposed to be doing this
Shields
by the
offline.
book.
We're
A
defenseless.
lot of these cases, when people don't exchange their insurances at the time of the wreck because they're like, oh, it's fine,
Yeah,
there's like
yeah.
barely a dent, my insurance will cover it. Later, when the insurance company hunts them down because they don't know that that person has insurance, that's why we're supposed to be getting their insurance. Like, that's the first thing we're supposed to check for with each call, because they might have insurance and not be on the hook for any of this. So, a colleague saw me in the middle of a call, told me to pause the call, asked me what I was doing there, said I was not there for customer service. He pointed out the fact that I am poor, and he said if I were you, I would focus on winning and not on making sure that these people have insurance or not.